Until we meet again. Bye, Yatin.
Chapter 5. The mirror smiled back. I wasn't looking for it. It slipped out of the corner of the suitcase while I was digging for a clean shawl. The soft yellow fabric spilled like sunlight across the bedspread, startling me with its brightness. My breath caught. The dress, the one I bought months ago, full of naive excitement, imagining candlelight dinners and hand-in-hand walks on foreign streets. It was supposed to be for a honeymoon that never happened. I reached for it before I could stop myself, my fingers brushing the delicate fabric. For a second, all I wanted was to show it back, zip the suitcase shut, and pretend it didn't exist. But I didn't. Instead, I unfolded it fully, letting it drape over my arm. It felt lighter than I remembered. Or maybe I was. What if I wore it? Not for him, not for the version of me who had waited for love like it was salvation, but for this woman, staring at the yellow fabric now, unsure but trying. The idea terrified me, and yet a quiet voice whispered, "Why not?" Half an hour later, I stood before the mirror. The dress hugged me softly, its flowing skirt brushing my knees. My hair, loose from its usual bun, framed my face in gentle waves. I wasn't flawless. There were faint shadows under my eyes, a dullness in my skin from weeks of crying. But there was also something else, a glimmer I hadn't seen in a long time. I slipped on a cardigan, grabbed my journal, and walked down to the little cafe in the town square. The air was cool, the sun slanting low, and for the first time in weeks, I felt eyes on me. Not the kind that made me shrink, but the kind that reminded me I was here, present, alive. I ordered lunch at a table by the window. The cafe was busy, filled with low chatter and the clink of cutlery, but I felt cocooned in my own small world. As I lifted my glass of water, I caught my reflection in the window pane. A woman looked back, her lips curved, not a polite smile, not a mask, a real unguarded smile that reached her eyes. For a heartbeat, it felt like the mirror was smiling too. The porch feels different tonight, softer somehow. Vihan and I sit side by side, mugs of steaming tea warming our hands. The sky is painted in streaks of rose and amber, the last light of day slipping behind the hills. A faint breeze carries the scent of pine and damp earth. Neither of us speaks at first, and yet the silence doesn't feel heavy. It feels like permission. "You look different today," Vihan says suddenly, his voice low, almost cautious. I glanced down at the yellow dress, smoothing the fabric over my knees. "It's been in my bag for months. I thought, why keep saving it for a day that might never come?" He studies me for a moment, then gives a small nod. "It suits you." The words settle into me like warmth, spreading through my chest. Simple, unadorned, but somehow they feel like more than a compliment. I sip my tea, trying to ignore the faint flutter in my stomach. "You're good at noticing things, aren't you?" "Not everything," he says, a hint of smile tugging at his lips. "But some things stand out." I look away, embarrassed at how my cheeks are heating. The quiet stretches between us again, comfortable and full. We talk about little things then, books we loved as children, dreams we once held and lost along the way. He tells me about growing up in the hills, about the cafe he rebuilt after a storm tore it down years ago. Somewhere between his words and the starlit sky, I feel something shift inside me. It's not loud or dramatic, just a gentle stirring, a realization that terrifies me as much as it calms me. Later, in the privacy of my room, I open my journal and right without hesitation. Today I wore the dress, not for anyone else, but for the girl I have been trying so hard to find again. Yet, somewhere between my laughter and his quiet presence, I felt my heart stumble. It wasn't fear this time. It was a warmth I couldn't name, a softness I hadn't allowed myself to feel in years. Maybe this isn't about falling for someone. Maybe it's about falling back into myself and realizing love could grow from there. For the first time in a long time, the mirror smiled back.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel.